I'll do a no Star World thing. I'll do a few of the stages. We'll see how much of this makes sense for me to do. So I need Fire Flower and I need Cape. So the only difference with this stage, I'm going to do pretty much everything that I did before. I'll show you baby strats, but there's not a lot of baby strats in this game, to be honest. Like, you're at the mercy of this game. For no Star World, it's kind of miserable. So baby strats is to skip that shell, because fuck that shell. It only saves half a second anyway. It literally saves 0.5 seconds. I'm not saying a half a second to represent a small amount of time. It saves 0.5 seconds. So I want this P-switch if I'm going to do it this way. I fly under the screen, or swim under the screen. I'm holding Y, I'm going to tap X to cape those guys, and I tap X to cape that guy, and I hit the end. Now this stage is really easy to do the right way. So many people do a much more complicated version of this, but the fastest strat is the baby strat. I don't understand it. So I'm going to spin jump over these holes. You can fly this stage if you want to, just fly low. I don't care. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run right up until I hit right as my feet are about to touch the stairs, and then I run back left, and I should be able to spin fly takeoff, which means I'm holding X and I'm pressing A instead of holding Y and pressing B. Holding X and pressing A. And I can spin fly straight up. It's pretty easy, so. It's simple, like there's nothing more to it. There's no like fancy trick there, like it's just do whatever. Oh man, I have to do some of my old strats for some of these stages. So this stage, the baby strat is to run a little bit left and a little bit right. A little bit left, then right, and take off. And now we're just flying out the stage. This is going to be like a 60, 61. I messed up by running my body into that gray block. Now, it's not hard to do the fast strat for that stage, but it takes a lot of practice. The fast strat for this stage does take a lot of practice, okay? It's literally, you spin jump up onto that platform and you just run right. And you have to take off at like the last second in order to get it. It takes a lot of practice, though. When I started playing this game and I tried to learn that strat, I got it like no percent of the time. Like 10% of the time, maybe, if I was lucky. These days, I can get it like 80% of the time, 90% of the time. But it definitely takes a lot of practice to get. And for a new player, probably isn't worth it, to be honest. I'm trying to see how many times I can do this before I mess it up. Yeah, that strat doesn't save very much time at all. Like, just to use a visual reference, what time I fly over this cement block here. This way, I fly over the cement block at 89, turning into 88. And this way, I fly over the cinder block at 91, turning to 90. So, I mean, take your pick. I do make it look easy. It takes a lot of practice, though. This stage, if you're not going to go for, like, anything crazy. Actually, for no Star World, you're just flying the stage out. There's no reason to stop for any reason. If you were doing 96 exit, you would stop here to grab a Yoshi. But we're not doing that. We're just flying through the stage. You'll notice I don't fly above the screen here because this stage will spawn Paragoombas. at the top of the screen, which can hit you, so I kind of pick this middle ground to fly for this stage in particular. Yeah, that trick takes a lot of work, Planet. I wouldn't go for it right now. It saves like 2 in-game seconds. This stage is legitimately hard. There's no backup strat for doing it fast, okay? So this is what Sky does. She likes this strat. She jumps over and then she runs under. And that gives her a little bit more room to work with. And it's consistent. It really is. It's super duper consistent. You know, she jumps over the thwimp and then runs back under it. And that works for her. You make it into that pipe at 392, which is pretty great. What most of us are doing is we jump right in front of it. The timing for which can be a little bit tight, and that gets 393. It's a little bit faster. Alright, so I'm going to walk you through this. There's no baby strat for this, so I'm going to walk you through it, but it's hard. I promise you it's hard. It takes a ton of practice. It took me, like, sitting down with the stage for, like, 2 hours one day to get it. I literally started my stream, did this stage over and over and over, and ended my stream doing this stage. Like, I didn't do anything else. This was a whole stream for me one day. Okay? So, just be prepared. This trick is hard. Okay? I'm going to run right, and I'm going to fly up here. Alright, that's step 1. I run right, and I fly straight up. I fly straight. I let my body run into this wall right here to fly straight up. Okay, that's step 1. Actually, you know what? For the benefit of people who are watching, I'm going to show you what it looks like done probably mostly correctly, and then I'll walk you through step by step. Okay. So here's what it looks like done mostly correctly. Yeah, that's the part. Let me try to show you what it looks like one time with me doing the safety strat for right there. We refer to it as the Cecil fly because there was a runner named Cecilcom who did this strat, and some people liked it because it was pretty good for new runners. I do a little turn back there. That allows me to land on top of this block. I fly up there, and I make it in the door. So that's what it looks like done mostly correct. So I'm going to walk you through it step by step. First thing I'm going to do is fly up here, and then move left. I want to mostly just fly up this wall, and then at the last second I'm going to turn left so I can get a little running bit on this moving platform. Alright? Once I go left, I go back right, swing wide to go up, then fly up. A lot of people do this other thing. I don't like it because it's not consistent. It's really not safe. You may see runners do this thing, where they come across, because the nice thing that gives you is that if you do it just right, you can do this. I'll show you. See, and that's why I don't like to do it. If you plant your feet on the wrong block, you lose your spin. Because they like to do that right there. But honestly, if you do that, all you do is create extra time you have to wait up here. So I just had to waste extra time, so it all would work out. So I'm going to fly up. I'm going to fly up. I'm going to swing back left. I'm going to swing right. Wide sweeping motions. You'll notice that you never see me do this like some people you'll see they'll like start to fly, they'll spin fly up, and they'll just do this like waggle thing, you'll notice. And that's fine, but it kills off your piece speed really fast. You'll notice that every movement I make is a very wide sweeping motion. There's no waggle. It's all wide sweeping motions. So with practice you can get this. There's not a lot I can talk you through here. Jump up here as quickly as possible. Let me talk you through the Cecil fly. So I'm going to kill a second here. And I immediately start holding left and then right. And then I'm through that door. I run right. Oh my god. I hate... If you spin those dry bones right as the screen is scrolling a large amount, sometimes, like, it just doesn't work. It's really temperamental sometimes. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to waste a little second, and I'm going to spin fly up. You'll notice I intentionally hit my head there. Intentionally hit my head there. I want to hit my head for a certain amount of time. I can't quite explain what I'm looking for, but I don't want to hit my head too long. Basically what I'm doing is I'm killing off my upwards momentum so that I land immediately on that block. In order to keep flying with the spin fly, as soon as I land, I let go of A and press it again. As long as I'm still sort of in my P-speed motion, as long as I'm still sort of moving, then I can take off again. Basically, it has to be more than 100 frames since the last time you took off, and you have to have P-speed. That's the trick to it. This stage is really just super hard. Like, honestly, this is the normal fast strat. Like, you take off from here instead, and you try to do that one tile fly right there. And great, I got it one time in practice, but now I do it again, and I get it again. Fuck you. Anyway, that trick's super hard. Like, just take my word for it. I may be able to do it sometimes in practice. It's super hard. Because you have to land perfectly. You have to land right on that block, and you have to take off from it again. So don't do that. You know, fuck it. I waste a little bit of time so I can land on the block that's slightly higher, and then I just hold left. And you know what? You're going to mess that up sometimes. It's not going to work sometimes. But if you do it just right, you can get above there. And then you never have to worry about the one tile fly. Typically I would have Fire Flower here. I would fireball him twice and then jump on his head. And as soon as I jump on his head for the third hit, I would deploy my Fire Flower. Just so you understand the timing there. Or I would deploy my cape. That way it would land on me. If no one's kind of told you before, it's faster to grab your cape after the whistle that says that you've beaten the boss than before it. So if I grab my cape right here, everything kind of stops for a second. But if I wait till after that little whistle, I lose less time for it. So you kind of want to make it so that the cape lands on you after the whistle sounds. It takes some practice. You'll figure out the timing yourself. It's not hard. But I'll let you worry about that. Fortunately for you, this category has 2 stages where you get to do those vertical ascensions with spin flies. So Morton was first, and great, we made it through it. Like, awesome. Now you understand how to fly up with spin flies. Now you get to fucking do it again. Alright, so baby strats for this stage. Baby strats for this stage. Now, you might feel compelled to just run right, and oops, I don't have P-speed, so now I'm just kind of running out the stage, and boo, this kind of sucks. Don't do that. Just do a little quick turn back to the left, and now you'll take off every time. Drop a little bit. A dive bomb. A spin fly. And I take off. Too easy, right? Little turn back. Drop a little. Dive bomb. Now, I will talk you through the interesting parts of everything I'm doing right here, because none of it's obvious. Would you suggest, if you're going to speedrun anything, I would 100% recommend purchasing a game saver. 1,000% recommend. Like, a game saver is so cheap, and it's pretty much the most valuable thing you can have as a speedrunner. So let me talk you through everything that's going on here. Let me save state along the way. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little turn back, and I'm going to take off at the end here. Nope. I'm going to do a little turn back, and I'm going to take off at the end here. Alright? And right after I get past this key, they're not called keys in this game, they're called swoops. As soon as I get past this swoop right here, I'm just going to let go of A for a second, and I'm going to repress it almost immediately. So that looks like this. And that allows me to fly under stuff. Because if I were to just hold it, I run into shit, right? You don't want that. And if I just let go of it, that's not good either. Because I just kind of lost P-speed for a little bit of time. That sucks. All I have to do is let go of it and repress it almost immediately. Right? So that's great. So I drop here, and right as I get to about here, let's say about here roughly, right about here looks good. I don't know, I kind of feel it out myself. Sometimes I mess it up. I'm just going to tap B. I have P speed, I'm just going to tap B. And here's what that's going to do for me. I'm going to dive bomb, and I'm going to get that shell, right? Now, I'm going to be holding Y because I'm running right, but I'm going to pick up the shell. I don't want to let go of it and hit it immediately, because what happens if you do that, right? If you have a shell of some sort, and you try to throw it, and you let go and repress Y immediately, what happens? You spin the shell, right? And you don't want to do that. Sometimes it'll get away from you, and that's great. That works out perfectly. But sometimes it doesn't work out so nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let go of Y, and I'm going to wait to repress it. I'm not going to be in any hurry. I'm just going to let go of Y and repress it. You know, who cares?
Hey, Green Monkey's girl won it by 1 second. She jumped out of the temple.
Nice. Now, let me make a save state when I do this. I'm actually holding X this whole time. Alright, I switched to Y to do that. What am I, stupid? So I'm holding X and pressing A to do the spin fly, holding Y, pressing B to spin. Why do I keep doing that? Am I stupid? Alright, so at this point, I let go and repress. Now I'm holding X, and I want to spin right about here. Like underneath this little pillar. This is where I hit X. I want to aim to hit my head against that. Now this is the part that takes some real practice. Like I can't just walk you through it, but I hit my head against that, and that allows me to land right there. Basically what I do is I'm spinning against all of those blocks, and as soon as the blocks let me clear, as soon as the blocks let me through, I let go of A. And you may have to repress it in order to land safely. Like it's not, I don't do it the same way every time. I wish I did, but I kind of feel it out at this point. Oh, see? These are the dangers of not waiting to repress Y. Actually, I take it back. I was wrong about what I do there. Sometimes it's very hard for me to remember what I do because a lot of it's so ingrained into me at this point. If I hit my head against the right spot, I don't have to let go of A at any point. So, I wish I had my input display adapter already. Proclaw made it for me, but my operating system is 32-bit, so I can't use Nintendo Spy yet. That would be so helpful here. So I press myself up against there, and I land perfectly on that platform. And all I have to do is hit A again, and boom, I'm in there. Then I just take the key into the hole. If I take a shell up there, that can be dangerous because sometimes you're compelled to throw the shell and then it bounces all around and can hurt you. Just make sure you hold up when you let go of it so that it kicks it up and you just run past it. So that's all I'm going to do with that stage. There's a lot of pieces and parts to it, but you can figure it out. I'll show you my backup strat for this. It's what I used to do when I would mess it up. So let's say you're here, right? And I've done this. I go to spin here, and like I mess up. Oh shit, like I don't have piece speed anymore. I'm here, this is a terrible place to be. I can't build up piece speed here. I didn't mean to hit L and select. So, oh shit, I did not make it. So now I'm here, right? I'm not sure, King. You'd have to talk to him. I don't know what he can and will make these days. He's kind of like gotten super busy with shit. So I'm here, and you can do this right here, but first off, this is something that's very hard for new players to learn how to control. This trick right there. That takes a lot of control, and that's hard to do, like for real. So what I used to do is I would come over here, run left, spin fly, land there, and spin fly again. Boom, we in there. So it's probably worthwhile to practice doing that the right way and doing it the backup strat so that you have a backup strat when you've messed up. It's good to practice backup strats. Alright, so this is our other vertical ascension stage. This is what it looks like done correctly. I still do the baby strats on this stage. This is the baby strats, by the way. Whoops. So that's what the stage looks like done right. Did I just run one way, spin jump, run the other way, and spin jump to keep momentum going? Yeah. Yeah, you can build up momentum in a very small amount of space by just doing this. And eventually you'll get P speed. And you don't need a lot of room, but it takes a lot of practice to get good at that. So I'm going to show you how to do this one. So I'm going to run right holding X until I get to here. Until right here, this midpoint between these two black lines. And then I'm going to take off. I'm going to let go and hold left, take off, left and right, take off there. Fly right above this piece, this springboard. Now, I actually need to fly above the springboard, okay? So I take off, land above the springboard, and then land directly on it. Now, this timing's crucial, because doing it wrong can end up with some really bad things, like, you know, oh shit, I went too high, now I'm taking off. Okay, so now I got hit. So it's crucial, your timing. You land directly on the springboard and go straight through. The timing works out if you don't fuck around. The key there is knowing when to let go of A. So I'm holding X and pressing A. You got to know when to let go of A so that you land on the springboard. And it takes practice. You know, you don't want to fly way above it, and you don't want to fly below it. You got to land, you got to plop directly on top of it. It takes practice, it really does. This is by no means me saying how easy this is. It takes practice. So once I've done that, so I make it up through this hole, run left until I get P speed, and I spin fly all the way to my max. I do not let go just to land on that springboard, because I want to land high enough that I've already loaded the next springboard. Math Grant, LinkedIn used to do stuff like that in order to show people how to speedrun a stage. So this one, I just take off right before these Goopas. And I don't want to be above the screen, because the game spawns para-bomb-bombs up there. Paratrooper bomb-bombs, I don't know. Bomb-bombs that have a parachute. It spawns them up above the screen at certain points. See, like up there. So I just fly about here. It's safe. Hey, Aaron. This one, I just run to the right, take off, and fly. Oh, I should have looked at the screen. Aaron, you already know everything I'm teaching here. I'm teaching baby strats for No Star World right now. So that stage is just flying. You don't, just learn to fly well. So this one is just swimming. I want to swim above this spike ball. And I want to swim below this next spike ball, because that's the optimal place. I want to always be moving right. So I swim above that one. Now if you're holding down, you can control your swim quite nicely through here. You won't hit anything. I want to swim below this bony fish. And then I want to swim pretty close to the spikes here, so I can swim above that one. And then here, I want to swim through the bottom and go through a pipe. Right here, I want to spawn him, turn back, or cause him to drop and then turn back. I swim above the ceiling here, or against the ceiling there. Here. Alright, so I'm going to show you, like, baby strats for this. The trick for doing Reznor, if you're going to go slow, is to kind of stay up in the air a little bit, like back up and float up, so that his fireballs miss you. You want him to be shooting wildly in the wrong direction. And you can spin these. Do what you want to do. Use your own judgment. Now, if you're brave, you can do the fast strat. It's really not that hard. Oops. I don't know why I did that. I just for a moment saw that and wanted to see if I could do it. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so one thing you can do is you can just slide under and float across. So that's the fast strat. That's the strat most people do when they want to go fast. It's really not that hard. It takes some practice, but it's not that bad. Just slide under, hit, and hit. Slide under, float over. And see, these are the dangers, or that, flying over a Reznor or sort of through the middle, you're susceptible to getting hit by fireballs, you're susceptible to getting hit by the Reznor. It's not easy to do. This is not me trying to say, this trick is. Like, I'll get hit sometimes, and I'm getting really bad fireballs here that are making it so I can't do this trick. It's RNG. But the safe way to do it, stand back here, just wait for each one. You jump right away and then slide crouch under the first one. Do you jump right away to avoid gaining P speed or something? I'm not familiar with why I would do that. We can just chat while I do this. There's no fast strats here. There's one fast strat you can do, and literally no runners do it, really. Just don't goof off so much that you kill yourself. Like, there's no reason to, walk around on these things. Just stay centered on them. If you don't want to push them down too much, you can just hop. But if you're going to stand on these things, don't press left and right unless you intend to get off of it. Like, just stand on it. And you can hop if you don't want to push it down too much. But there's no reason to be hitting left or right unless you plan to get off of it. Right. Now, you know, you don't have to push these down. Like, you can actually make this jump up well enough. But some people feel more comfortable pushing down one so that the next one provides a stepping stool for them to get to a higher one. It's whatever, I don't know. Like, there's nothing I can say about this stage. It's just, it is what it is. There's a 1-up right there if you didn't know. Do whatever you want here. I mean, you can fly. It's not really that dangerous. It's a good time for you to learn how to fly. If you don't feel comfortable doing it. There's a fast strat you can do here. If you can get P speed right before you go into this pipe, you can come out the other side and fly immediately. It's really not worth it. It saves like half a second. Don't do it. Oh, you jump right away so you don't get shitty fireballs in the middle. I never thought about that. It's kind of smart. This stage, super easy. Don't listen to the hype, okay? I just hit X to spin that guy and take off. You run right holding Y, and you just tap X with your thumb to hit that guy. Now you see where the reserve box is, the box that holds my inventory item? I want to fly right below that. That's my goal. When I play this stage myself, I'm aiming for that. Because if you fly any higher than that, you can fly over the gold tape. I don't want to fly over the gold tape. I kind of like finishing the stage as fast as possible. So I fly right below the inventory box. Yeah, I'm doing this for some friends who want to learn No Star World. So this stage, it's really not hard to do some of the strats. I'll show you some of the strats and then I'll kind of explain them. It's really straightforward. It's not hard to learn, it just takes practice. So I come in here, I'm going to run right, and I'm going to tap jump to fly down here, and that's going to dive bomb me into that ground. And that's going to kill that dry spiny beetle. Alright, then I spin. Spin. Boom. Alright, so that's what I'm aiming for. So let me walk you through what we're doing. Okay? I'm going to run right, I'm going to tap B. I'm going to run right, I'm going to hold B. And that's going to dive bomb me there. Alright, that's what I want to do. Run right, tap B to dive bomb this floor. Hold B to dive bomb this floor. Cool? Savvy? Once we've done that, we're just going to start running. And I'm going to tap X, or I'm going to hold X, I'm going to tap A, because I want to jump up onto this platform right here without losing my P speed. So while I'm running right, I'm going to just hold X, I'm going to tap A, because I want to get up onto this platform without losing my P speed. Alright, so tap B, hold X, and tap A, and then I jump to hit the ceiling right in front of the spike ball. Okay? So I'm running right in front of the spike ball. Right in front of the spike ball. I basically just need to hit the ceiling with my head right before I hit the spike ball. It's that easy. Well, it's hard for me to get P speed when I'm not setting it up properly. Hold X and tap A. Jump right in front of the spike ball. You can spin jump fly over it, but it's not safe. Like, it doesn't always work. Like, if your timing isn't really good, you can really actually mess that up. Wow, I've never actually done that fast. You kind of need to get yourself caught in that corner up there. That's kind of what's going on here. Jump right in front of the spike ball. Is the spin jump really faster? I don't think the spin jump's faster. Don't crouch slide. You're better than that. So here's the baby strat for this room. I'm going to spin and just coast down here. I don't want to get P-speed. I do not want P-speed. But the nice thing is I can kind of continue holding left and just tap jump underneath these with A. Alright? I can just tap jump underneath those potaboos. The fast strat's scary to me. I don't like it. Whoops. I've never been good at this. I'm sorry. I'm trying to show what the fast strat looks like. I've never been good at this. That's why I don't do it in runs. I've never been good at flying underneath these potaboos. So that's what the fast strat's supposed to look like, except for I wouldn't have run into that last potaboo. I don't like that strat though. I'm not good at it. So don't do that. I just tap jump and I float down. I'm just doing what I can to avoid getting P-speed. Right? I still don't want P-speed. I just want to tap jump underneath these potaboos. Now I can get P-speed and I can fly the rest of the way if I want to. I lose like 3 in-game seconds. Now I want to jump up the left-hand side here. It's actually faster. Jump up the left. Continuing to jump. No, Planet Pulse. Now here's where I would grab the Fire Flower. I would grab it from my box if I had one. But let's show you, since I don't have one, what the backup strat is here. So I get hit once, I run all the way to the left. I let Ludwig go under me, and I wait here. So the next thing I want to do is I want to land on Ludwig before he hits the ground. Because that skips one of his cycles. Because usually, if you wait for him to hit the ground first, when you land on him, he'll do that whole curling up into a ball thing again. So it can be very beneficial to hit him out of the air, because that doesn't incur one of the ball cycles. Or one of his shell cycles, I mean. Aaron, I don't have a 128 either. My PB sucks in 96 as well.
Wait, how am I supposed to feel about this? I'm sitting on a 133.
I know faster strats than you. You don't do all of the fastest strats. No problem, Garbanzo. This guy's taking it personally because I don't like my PB. Don't take it personally that I don't like my PB. Of course nobody likes their PB. If everyone liked their PB, they wouldn't be speedrunners.
The only thing I got going for me is I'm 10th on SRL. That's about it for this game.
Anyway, I'm going to move on with my tutorial. So this is Force of Illusion 1. I'm going to take off right behind that tree. I'm going to spin this block to get a Yoshi. Yeah, we got Yoshi. So let me show you how to do this stage with a Yoshi. Alright? Credit to Prawclaw for teaching me this. I flew up, and now I'm about to land here. I want to break the midway tape with Yoshi's nose. Alright? So I'm going to break this tape with Yoshi's nose. And I'm just going to hold B. Alright, and that's going to land me somewhere around here. You see where Yoshi is? I want to land on this next raised platform. And take off again. Land, take off again. Just holding B the whole time. And now we see Yoshi again, right? We're coming back down. I want to land at the front of this next platform, and that's going to take me all the way to the goal tape. Front, take me all the way to the goal tape. Boom. You just learned how to do Forced Evolution 1. Pretty easy. So that's pretty easy. Just repeat the things that I did. It's not hard. Alright. So I could teach you how to hard clip here. I'm not gonna. Hard clip is like that. We don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna do this stage like normally for a little while. Now Yoshi's still gonna come in handy, even though I'm not doing hard clip. We're just going to press on. Now if I swim up the left hand here, I'm safe. This wall right here, you'll notice that the fish never make it here. This wall right here is very safe. I'm going to grab a firefly right here. I want to come all the way down here. All I'm going to do is stand in this corner. Let me eat this guy. I'm going to stand in this corner, I'm going to hold down and left, and just tap A. Sometimes that'll happen. And that'll get me through the wall. I just hold down and left, tap A. Down left and tap A. Down left, 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 tap A. So that's what I'm going for here. I don't need Yoshi anymore, so I'm going to get rid of him. And basically all I want to do is I want to pop up here, and I'm going to land on top of the key. As soon as I land on top of the key, I'm going to press Y and B at the same time. Well, fuck you too. Well, let me get back there then. I'm just going to do hard clip to get there. No, I won't. I will do easy clip. So up the left-hand side, because we're safe. Now if you lose Yoshi, don't worry about it. He's a permanent sprite. He can't despawn if he wants to. He's forever. So I get him back. Down left, tap A. Down left, tap A. Boom. We in there. Ugh. Alright. So I just wanna plop down on top of the key and hold down and press Y and B at the same time. Press and hold them. And this key is gonna take me all the way to the finish line. And don't worry about whatever it gives you when you cross the finish line, because it's gonna float up and you'll never get it anyway. So don't worry about that key. That key ain't scary. This stage, there's nothing secret about it. I run right under the first bubble, and then I fly. You can fly as high above the screen as you want to. You know. Lord Jesus, take the wheel. I'm just going to fly for a while. I'm going to see these patches of yellow question blocks, and then I'm going to see so this is one patch of yellow question blocks. And then the regular turn blocks, and this is the pipe I want right here. That I decided that I was not going to land on properly. So this is the pipe I want right here. The one right after the turn blocks. Key and hole. So now we have Roy's Castle. You already know the baby strat for Roy's Castle. The baby strat for Roy's Castle is, you know, you run right and you land on this thing, and now enjoy your ride. It sucks. It's super duper slow. It goes backwards sometimes. Fuck you. Fuck this thing. So, oh cool, I didn't have a save state. Neat. I'm glad you like it, Undergrandus. So run right underneath the bubble and fly. Basically, I'm looking for the pipe that's right after the turn blocks that come right after the big patch of question mark blocks. So, this right here is the big patch of question mark blocks, then the turn blocks, and I want that pipe. I just spin through. Okay, Roy's Castle. This time I'm going to make a save state. So, we saw the moving platform. It kind of blows. I hate it. Okay, there we go. My save state is complete. I'm going to run right, and I'm going to take off. I want to pump 4 times. Then dive bomb. Now, that doesn't look easy, and it's not easy. But this is the non-baby strat. You wanted baby strats? Your baby strat is to ride that platform down there. You want to get a good time? You don't ride that platform. If anyone ever tells you that flying Roy's Castle is easy, they're not giving you good information. Oh, I mess it up quite regularly. Run right. 4 times. I absolutely did. I mess it up all the time. Flying, flying, flying. Sweet. Ugh. Fell too far. So I run right. Ugh, I fell too far that time again. So I run right.
May I stress that color is an excellent visual cue?
I don't use visual cues. Mine's actually based on my cape pumps, but everyone has a different way of doing that.
Well, Vibram's told me about it and it's really helped me.
Everyone has a different visual cue. My pattern's really flexible because it allows me to change it up depending on my flight speed. Like, it works for all flight speeds because it's adaptable. But I totally understand if you come up with a different visual cue, because everyone has a different visual cue. Wow, I've never messed that way up. Basically, it's just flying right and then dive bombing through that wave of potaboos. Like, there's no secret to it. Yeah, the secret to this castle is really just redefining success. Living is successful. Like
I don't do this fancy shipping at the end with the extra flying and all that.
don't.
I just jump and live.
Yeah, I guess if we're talking about baby strats, if you do decide to learn this first flight, because that first flight is the hard part right there. Once you've gotten there, you can make the rest of this work. I just run right, bonk my head against that ceiling, fly here, then I stop flying again, run right, then I would just jump across here. By the way, I think something that a lot of people don't appreciate is that people always complain about those platforms despawning. You just don't take this P-switch with you. Like, all the platforms... Oh, fuck you. Something was still loaded, wasn't it? Let me show you what it looks like.
Fireball, I think.
Let me show you what it looks like when you don't take that P-switch with you. So I'm going... So what if I don't take that P-switch with me? All these platforms... Oh my god. Okay, well apparently if you're going fast enough, it's not always certain that they're gonna always load. Anyway, the point is making it through as fast as possible. Now, I guess one thing I can say is that if you feel comfortable doing it, you can skip a lot of this. So let's say that you're not brave enough to fly through this room. This room's really the hard part, right? The rest of it's not that bad. So if I ride this out for a little while, because I'm showing baby strats. This whole tutorial was about baby strats. So you think because I do advanced stuff that I'm not qualified to talk about easier ways to do things? I was also once a beginner at this game and I did easier things. I first learned this category doing the Ride of Shame. So the point I was trying to make is that if you do this, you can actually still dismount here and start flying from right here. Unfortunately, I have quite a bitch of a time trying to make it through that ride without getting hit by something, but you can still get a pretty decent time. 2:29 is not terrible. Anyway, let me just finish up this stage. Yeah, the loading and unloading of those platforms is highly dependent on the potaboos. So 2 fireballs and hit his head. As soon as I hit his head, I deploy my cape, and I just stand here and receive it. So this stage, the baby strat is just fly it out. Just fly. Nothing fancy. It takes, like, no time at all to fly it out. I think this one has para-bum-ums. I don't remember now, suddenly. I think that it does, so I don't fly above the screen. Maybe it doesn't. A nice strat here is that you don't really need a fire flower anymore, so if you still have a fire flower, grab this springboard and take it across, and you'll get yourself a backup cape. That's a nice little race strat slash, you know, consistency strat. Have an extra cape. Now this stage is hard. You know, it's hard. Alright. So I want to fly above the screen, I do, because not flying above the screen is hell. This stage is just terribly annoying. But you really need to know where you are. You need to just barely be off screen, because if not, there's a pipe up there that'll stop you in motion. I just flew under it. And then I dive bomb right through him as soon as I see that single Eerie. So this is the interesting room. This is the interesting room. This process, so like the real baby strat here is like, okay, so I come here and then I like let that guy get out of the way and I spin jump up here. That's not that bad, you can do that. But the fast strat's not hard either, really. It takes a little bit of practice, but it's not that hard. Well, Planet Pulse, that's all about understanding your height. You need to know exactly where you are on screen, and honestly, that just takes a lot of practice. So all I do here is I hold X and I press A. I want to make it through this gap, and I want to bonk my head on the ceiling right in front of that. That's not an easy strat to learn. I mean, you can always do the safer strat where you run right and then you run back left. You basically just want to run right far enough that you don't unload the buddy boo line. If you move too far right, you'll unload him and then you'll just reload him when you come back. And that's not safe, right? So what I want to do is I want to run just far enough left that I don't unload him, but enough that I keep my P speed and let him get out of the way. My PhD research, bioinformatics, teaching computers to detect epilepsy. So now we're at this stage. This stage is really easy. Jump on top of this box, jump over to here, spin this guy, fly up, and in the pipe. I didn't mean to like dive bomb that one guy. Fuck, I didn't mean to be back here. Let me finish the stage up again. Where's the closest backup cape if you lose both there? Force of Illusion 1 technically is your closest one, but if you want consistency, probably Butter Bridge 2. There are time restrictions to this map. So basically, this is the second room. The second room's exit is based on what the time is on the clock. Now you notice what time I am here? If I don't get here before the timer says 2:49, I fucked up. But as long as I go in this pipe before the timer says 2:49, we're okay. I'm just gonna spin jump over all these guys, grab the key, and put it in the hole. As long as you move reasonably fast, you've got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Now there's no baby strat here. So I hold B and Y, I run over here. Like, if you want baby strats, like, I guess you could, like, take that and kill him. And make it over. Like, I'm just making this up as I go. And that gets you in the... Yeah. That's what I just showed. So that works, and it gets you a pretty decent time. The fast strat's not hard, but it definitely takes a lot of practice. And I guess that's really the point of a baby strat tutorial, is understanding, like, how can I do the stage without having to practice it fucking all day. So the fast strat here is I float across, and then I spin fly through this tunnel, and I take off here. I go in the pipe. Like, I mean, it's not hard, but it does take a lot of practice. I'm not going to pretend it's not. I'm not going to pretend it's easy. Honestly, you don't really save any time not sliding down these slopes, so I would just slide down them. Don't slide down this last one, though, because you can get hit, whether you want to or not. Baby strat right here is to run right, left, right, and take off. It definitely takes a lot of practice to do the faster version, which is that. Then you take off there. That takes a lot of practice, but this doesn't lose you much time just doing.
I still even do that.
Now I'm going to tell you my little secret here. You're going to notice that the charge and chucks actually have priority of making sounds over the sound of your cape. And I don't know about you, but for me, flying is very much an audio thing. I hear myself make the cape sound, and then I cape again. So it's hard for me if I can't hear the cape anymore because of the charge and chucks. Like, let me make a save state right here. So I'm above the screen. You can't really hear me caping anymore when I'm there. Like, sometimes the charge and chucks will take priority over it. So what I do is when I get to that portion with the charge and chucks, I come down just a little bit so I'm visible. Because then at least I can see myself flying. And then I just have to get back above the screen again. So we're really getting into the portion of the game where there's not a lot of baby strats. It's really like you either do it right or you do it wrong.
I have some baby strats for this portion of the game.
I know. I'm just saying that, you know, basically baby strats are let's play strats at this point in the game. Like, there's not like, here's what your backup slower version is. Like here, you know, the slower version is to, like, hide from the buzzsaws and stuff like that. So flying up here is pretty safe and consistent. You know, if you just spin fly up. Some people like to hide from the buzzsaws, so you hide from the buzzsaws. I don't know what you do. Chill out here before this spike thing, and run right. A good place to stop if you don't feel comfortable making it all the way is halfway between these two things right here. It's a safe spot that the buzzsaws won't hit you and the spike bars won't hit you. Just like chill out right here. You can stay here all day, really. But once they start to go up, then you can go. If you run right, so if I run right and I bonk my head against that cement block, it just works. Like there's my secret for you. Ugh, let me have that. Let me have that. If I just bonk my head against this cement block, it works. Here, I mean, you can do whatever you want. I mean, this is what it looks like doing it the sort of fastest way. Boo. But you don't really have to do it that way. Like, you can spin jump into this little doorway, and then make it here. And then, I mean, you can just, like, run out this section. If you've got a cape, you can even float underneath that if you make it here fast enough. Like, so let's say you kind of move with some speed. You know, you don't have to be world record pace in this room. You know, I try to force myself to go right. You can float underneath that. So I just do a crouch and a float. So I'm moving right as fast as possible. And I crouch. Oh. I try to crouch and jump. I don't know why I'm not crouching and jumping, but I'm trying to show you what I'm talking about.
This strategy's actually not as bad as you think it is.
No, the spin fly is actually not that bad. Crouch and jump, and you can make it underneath that. It's not that bad. If you're gonna do the spin fly strat, you spin up a little bit to kill off some time. Take off from this one, duck down and double fly, duck down and double fly, fly over.
Not as bad as it looks.
Yeah, it takes some practice. Honestly, it just takes some practice. Fly up, land there, double fly, double fly.
I came up with this strategy without looking at any videos.
Nice. Now, this is a Koopa Kid that, when you start running this game, this Koopa Kid seems miserably difficult. But it's really not. They always meet in the middle, so you get out of the way when they're meeting, and then you go back to the middle. That's all we're going to do. Get out of the way, and then go back to the middle. That's sort of our pattern. We're going to get out of the way, and then meet in the middle. Get out of the way, then meet in the middle. Get out of the way, then meet in the middle.
I guess the best way to put it is that Oth knows good RTA strats. I think I'm still a little bit better in the race strats category.
Yeah, Sky is more comfortable with slightly slower, slightly more consistent strats.
But I've been getting better with them lately too, though. Like Wendy's, I never used to fly on Wendy's now, and I do it all the time.
It's because it's fairly safe.
And the ghost house, the Choco Ghost House, I never used to do that. Room before. Force Fort is another new one for me. The V3 Yoshi Fly is new for me. I mean,
Yes, we will slowly but surely rid you of your obsession with slow strats.
how many races have I forfeited?
Like next to none. I forfeit races all the time.
And I usually come in third behind Green Death in Truman. Usually, unless Aaron has his shit together, then I come in after him.
Okay, so not a ton of secrets in this stage, honestly. As long as you come in here with a power-up, there's a cape at the beginning of the stage. Take it if you need it. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I want to try to keep moving right as much as possible. Alright? My timing is so heavily dependent on moving right as much as possible. Now, if you mess this up, it's not the end of the world because it's merely a time saver. It's not like messing it up is a time loss. I just want to keep moving right as much as possible. I hold down to control my swimming, and I'm not afraid of these boos that appear. I know that there will be a safe path, and I know that when they reappear, I will have enough time to get out of the way if I'm overlapping with one of them. I just need to keep moving. That's my goal.
And there's only 2 fixed patterns.
Right. So, actually, I forgot. Let me... Fuck you. God damn it. So, move out of the way. Meet in the middle. Move out of the way. Meet in the middle.
Remember, there is a cape in that block in the first room if you at least have a mushroom.
So let's watch this cutscene again, because Author Blues isn't smart enough to save state. This is the curse of the Naki tech, is you'll always remember how to load state, but you'll always forget to save state.
No, Planet, it's okay. Like, it's a lot of these things aren't obvious. It's perfectly fine to not realize what's going on sometimes in this game. I do it all the time still, and I've been playing this for over a year.
Yeah, the windy fight itself tends to be a real sticking point for new runners, and you kind of just need to have someone talk through it with you or something, or have done it enough times, and it won't be that messed up. So, you don't have to do the second room the way I do it. You can do it without doing it the way I do it, and you'll do just fine. But I'm going to show you the faster strat for it, because there's no time loss for really messing it up. Okay? So I'm going to save state right here. Now the trick is I want to turn back. I want to stop moving forward 2 times. Alright? So the first time I'm going to do it is right there. Now it doesn't matter when I do it again. I can just stop right there again. I just do a quick left-right. But what that does is there's a sprite on screen at one point in the stage that says stop doing this boo thing. So I didn't do enough of a turn back there.
How do you know, by the way, when you can make the screen scroll and when you can? I always kind of eyeball it and I get it sometimes and I don't other times.
So that was a big turn back, and I'm going to do another big turn back just to make sure it works this time, right? So that was a big turn back. That was me stopping for a considerable amount of time. So the reason I'm doing that is because I want the boost to appear one more time. See, they appeared one more time. Fuck it, I don't care about that. Now, that didn't work because I didn't screen scroll early enough. The trick I'm trying to do here is I want to screen scroll right before the boos disappear the very last time. I want to load the boo ring, so I need to turn back one more time, and it needs to not be that big of a one. Alright, so that was probably pretty good. You'll get a feel for it if you do this enough times. This trick is not easy. Alright, so I got one more load, and right before they disappear, I want to screen scroll, and that despawned this boo ring that was on the bottom. Now, I can wait for this boo ring if I want to, but see, I was smart and brought an extra cape, so if you want to, you can just damage boost through it. It's up to you.
Is there any way you could swim through that without getting hit?
Not really.
Really? I thought you could.
I don't think so. Maybe you can. Every RTR I've ever seen damage boost through it. So if you want to, you can land on that platform and get another star. That trivializes the rest of this stage. But the last part isn't hard, honestly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to float down roughly underneath the left-hand side of that platform, because I want to fall straight through these cement blocks. I do not want to get stopped by them, because getting stopped by them messes it up. And what's going to happen is there's going to be this V shape of spiked balls, okay? It's V-shaped, and I want to wait until I see the third one down, and I want to move right. So I'm going to go down through the middle of them, and when I see the third one, I'm going to move right. 1, 2, 3, and move right. It's not hard.
What happens if you get stopped, though, and that strategy won't work?
If I get stopped, then their layout is all messed up. They're going to be like all kind of like crossed and fucking you up, so... If you get stopped by them, and you have a cape, as soon as you see the spike balls load, hold down B to float so that they fall past you, so that you're safe. But you don't want to do that.
How much time does it cost me to get that star shame, as I call it? Like, I get it all the time.
2 or 3 seconds, maybe?
See, to me, that's worth it.
Right, that's what I was saying. The baby strat is to grab that star, and that's fine. But I don't need to show how that works, because it's a star, and it just allows you to fall safely.
Well, you should have shown the visual cue of where that is, though, because...
I don't have a visual cue for it. It's underneath the yellow Koopa, I think. Sure, it's underneath the yellow Koopa.
It's toward the right-hand side of the screen.
So, this stage is not hard. You just kind of want to know where to go. So, basically use your cape to your advantage. You can fly over some of these money moles. Don't try to spin them running at full speed. So basically be willing to stop moving. I used to always go up here. That's like not faster. It's technically faster to go down here and then go across. You can fly. See, and that's what happens if you're moving full speed and you spin them. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
50-50, you said, right?
I think so. Now, if you're on a higher plane than them, like if you're in like a 3 high area like this, and you're spin flying against the ceiling, I think they can't hurt you. Like I think you're capable 100% of time work.
This level's so much easier with Yoshi.
Oh yeah. Yoshi does make this stage easier. Basically what I'm saying is don't be afraid to, like, when you go to hit them, like, stop moving forward. Also, this top route up here is a lot easier if you feel more comfortable with it. Basically, I just fly across this gap, come back down. This is the place where everyone messes up. This is a very small tunnel. Basically, don't be afraid to stop to hit him. And then I spin through here.
Oh, take the block with you.
Yeah. Another thing is, if you still need another power-up, like I don't have a spare power-up, grab one of these blocks and take it with you through the goal tape, and that way you can get a spare power-up.
Did you explain to her that in Chocolate Island 2 she has the option to grab the Yoshi if she feels more comfortable with having a Yoshi for the latter half of New Star World? I've seen people grab that Yoshi in CI2.
The only reason I see people grab the Yoshi in CI2 is it actually speeds up Sunken Ghost Ship. But it's actually harder to keep Yoshi and control him, so it's not worth it to grab it, in my opinion. It makes it much more difficult. But that's just my opinion.
I've done it both ways.
Okay, so we're doing this stage right now. This stage is not hard. People really struggle with this room right here. I don't know why. If you can control your flight, if you learn how to control your flight, if you just fly right where the reserve box is, you can make it through this whole room safely. It's pretty easy.
Oh, then why do I scroll it like what I do with Yoshi?
I've told you not to. You continue to do it. So that takes me to here. So, I could show you fast strats, but you don't want fast strats. You probably want baby strats. So what I'm going to do here is basically what I want to do is I want to get into here as fast as possible. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to get to this section right here. So that I can hit here. This is where I want to get to. And then down here. So that's what we want first. Now that I'm here, I'm going to ride it up. I'm not going to try to push it. Come back down. And then to the right and up. Like, the fast strats are risky and harder, but the alternative is let's playing this stage, really. Continue moving right. There's really nothing fancy to do here. I'm going to fly up here. Now, if you want to know how to do this optimally, you let yourself fall naturally and you just tap A at any point. And that's going to make sure that I hit the key directly rather than falling in front of it. So this stage I've already talked you through a little bit. I'm going to hold left to scroll the screen left. You're not going to see anything happen, but you will see that the screen doesn't scroll until I hit the right-hand side of it. And that got me through here. Hey, what's up, Nick J? Alright, I want to make it past both of these in one go. It's pretty easy to do. I want to make it past all three of these in one go. I'm going to run left, and then right, and spin fly. Too easy. Now remember what I told you. You know, you want to... You know what the rhythm is. You can feel it. You know when it's going to crush, and you know when it's going to go up. So you run when you know it's going to go up. You don't wait to see it go up, because if you wait to see it go up, it's already too late. Then you do this guy. You do him however you want, I don't care. You won't offend me if you fight him slowly. Yeah, hold L, sorry. Hold L to scroll the screen left, not left. Thank you, Slice. Wonderful. Okay, so I hold left. No. Let me say that correctly. Hold L to scroll the screen. Then I fly when I get to the edge. That allows me to make it all the way across. Alright. I'm just going to wait, and I'm going to make it past both of these in one go. I wait. I go past all three of these in one go. Right. Take off. Really easy to do. I remember what I said. I don't know why I rushed that, because I knew that wasn't correct. It's fine. Now we get to listen to awesome music. Why am I rushing everything now? My brain's like turning off.
Why does the death music turn into the special music after the music's messed up?
It's the sound palette. So this is what happens if you don't scroll the screen. Like you can make it all the way, but you have a 1 in 5 chance of surviving. Based on your flight speed, and only if you flew perfectly.
When any percent new Star Worlders try, like the best of the best, try not to screen scroll then and hope for that 1 in 5 chance, because then they don't have to wait the extra second?
I don't think anyone has ever done that.
Oh, this is hilarious. I'm sorry, I've had a really music when the sound palette gets messed up. Pretty soon Dr. Waters will have to charge for this, so. Or Dr. Author Boots. I'll be charging people for these lessons, as per his degree. Now wait, why did the sound not change there?
Because it was already playing the sound it intended to play.
And now the game's gonna freeze, right?
Probably not.
Really?
Because the game only freezes when the sound chip just like eats it. And the sound chip didn't eat it. It just didn't have a sound to play there. Yeah, I got a new mic. Alright, so anyway, I've done that stage to death.
You bought me a new mic too.
Yep, Sky has a new mic as well. So now we're gonna go in here. And I've already done this room for the any percent tutorial.